So this is a little bit different. We got a variety of things that's going to be in this video, but I just want to deal with a trash ass human being by the name of Ace, who decided that he wanted to come out and try to formulate some type of verbal attack against Miss Marie Copeny. If you don't know who Miss Marie Copeny is, that is Little Miss Flint. She is the main one for years, and I mean seriously years, been advocating for clean water for Flint. She also came up with a filtration system, which she has also given to people within their homes so that they can have clean water. So this jackass decided to write quite a few things, right? One of the things you can clearly see on the left side of the screen, he said, "Can I fund the first at Miss Flint septic tank replacement in Michigan?" Another one, he said, "You not still advocating for clean water in Flint, Michigan, are you, at Miss Flint?" So then we move to the right. He says, "Does she know anything about plumbing? She knows what pipes are, a septic tank. She could take her lazy ass and go learn how to help someone instead of waiting for no to change to yes." Now, again, I'm just going for face value, and I get what some people may say, "Oh, this is a bot, this is AI, this is that, this is," but you also have a lot of people that will decide to act like this, right? And again, this is a young girl who was doing a lot of these initiatives at single digits while this dude was still a grown man doing nothing. just let's just keep that directly in mind, because if a person is actually doing something, they're doing it. They don't have the time to just go out there and just, yeah, let me just critique the whole world. Let me look at this. Let me look that. No, they're going to stay directly on their task. The main thing that Little Miss Flint has done has showcased the great many of years that she has dedicated in her youth. She is still young. I'm just saying in her youth, in her younger form, single digits. Advocating for clean water, helping out her peers, helping out again, this is a child. For all intents and purposes, this is a child doing adult's work. Let me repeat that again. This is a child doing adult's work. So you're looking at a child doing grown people things, and you're looking at a grown man acting like a child. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. It's amazing. Sitting there in a picture, lawn chair, looking to the side at nothing. Positive vibes only. How is it positive vibes when you're literally coming at and attacking a young black girl? I'm a little bit confused. What we doing here? What we doing here? That's pretty weak to me. That's pretty weak. You got all of the men out here in political offices, of which you could go out there and try to see. You could go out there and have this back and forth with, rah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But this is what you decide to do. So then she had to come through, and I guess she noticed it. She decided to spend a little bit of time on it. She said, "I created my own filter at 12. Said filter is now in homes across the United States dealing with bad water. So, nah, I don't do plumbing, but I sure do know how to get people clean water. Google me before you try to troll me next time." And that's how you clear somebody out. That's how you clear somebody out. Again, she's recognized. People might not know what she looks like, but people know the name Little Miss Flint, because this is a name that people have been hearing for quite some time. I might even say even a decade or so, because again, she was doing these initiatives and these things in single digits. I have a few stories where I've covered the things that she's done. I think I even did a few live streams as well. And because I think during those live streams, I pointed out the fact that you had people coming through and trying to attack her, and these were other women that were doing that, right? So again, we're looking at the exact same thing, but in this form, you see the picture of a man deciding to do this. Crazy. Talking about, do you know about plumbing? Do you know about this and all this other do you know about it? Because if you do, you could easily be putting your back and your hands directly into work and getting some stuff done, but you're not. You're online typing to somebody who's actually doing something, somebody who is doing more things than you were doing in single digits. Now, just imagine that. How do you feel that you even have the tenure to even argue with somebody who is doing things that you weren't even thinking of doing in single digits. I'm a little bit confused. I'm quite confused. Literally giving back and helping out the community at a single digit. Most kids are selfish. They're not really, in a sense, thinking about, oh yeah, let me go help out this other house. Let me go help out this other community. She was like, no, I got a birthday party. Everybody got a birthday party today. Everybody about to be celebrated. I'm about to be donating to everybody. I'm going to formulate different initiatives. While this dude is just doing nothing. And as stated before, she came back and wrote this 6 hours ago. He wrote his replies on the left side 6 and 4 hours ago. So you can literally go on her Twitter and see the work that she's done. You can go on YouTube. You can go on TikTok. You can go on IG. You can see the history. When you go on his profiles, I promise you're not going to see that same amount of work. You're going to see the same stuff that everybody else posts on social media, which is nothing. Like I said, it's a shame, but let's move on.
Another one.
Marcel. Hi. Marcel, Marcel, Charlie, Mentrao. Hey. Marcel, too. Yanum for Marcel, Yanum for that for India. Yes, on that children. Jimmy Time. Hey. Yeah, wow. Nice one. Marcel, wow. Marcel. Wow. Hey. Marcel. Hi. Marcel, Marcel, Charlie, Mentrao. Hey. Marcel, too. Yanum for Marcel, Yanum for that for India. Yes, on that children. Jimmy Time. Hey. Yeah, wow. Nice one. Marcel, wow. Marcel. Wow. Hey.
Again, I just want to state this. Can't nobody tell me that Black Americans don't move or shift culture, narratives, fashion, trends, whatever you want to sit up there and call it. Because you're not going to tell me that people over there in Africa literally have a culture where this is like their culture. You're not going to tell me that. And again, you have a lot of people out here that like to say that Black Americans don't have no culture, like nobody really pays attention to them. They don't have an influence or anything like that. So what am I saying? I'm literally looking at somebody wearing like a fall jacket outside. And normally over there in Africa, which y'all got temperatures of, some areas y'all might have 70s, but realistically it's way higher than that, 80, 90s. And you out here wearing that? Word. And I want people to understand, everybody that is Black ain't out here wearing a jacket in summer weather. That's only certain people doing that. It's not even a major part of the Black populace here in America that's doing that. That's only a specific certain segment. That's not even a slice. So, again, looking at all of this, and then looking at the bandana, what is going on? This man look like Aunt Jemima out there. I don't know what is happening out here. They got these ultra skinny jeans. This would be what? Back in about, what was skinny jeans coming in? What, 2014, 15, 16, 17? They had a run for quite a bit. Skinny jeans had a run for quite a bit. You even had grown dudes that were about 30 and their 40s wearing skinny jeans. You can even probably still catch some of these dudes now in their 30s and their 40s wearing skinny jeans. I'm not really understanding. I don't know why you would have such adults, wearing things that are meant for a 14-year-old, but whatever. But like I said, this just looks crazy. I'm just sitting up here saying the scene don't even match up. The scene doesn't even match up. You literally got straight dirt roads that you walking on at this moment in time, and you trying to walk out fresh. That's not even working. That's not even working, because by the time you get to, and you're wearing white too, by the time you get to wherever it is that you're going, that white is going to be a light yellow. It's not even going to look the same way as what it was when you walked out the house. That looks crazy. I'm just saying, whatever.
Another one.
So we got Miss Dawn here. She said, "Hey, at Applebee's, we ate here in Laurel, Mississippi before we, a party of 10, sat down. We were told our waitress was new and afraid to wait big tables. We were patient with Melissa, and she did a great job. When the check came out, I tipped this. Why the manager made me leave my number because he said that they have to call corporate and confirm if they can accept the tip amount. Now, as you can see, they didn't add gratuity to the tip when our party ended up being 14 people. Also, I never had to sign and leave my number because my tip was too high. Now, I am not saying that this was a racist experience, but I do know that the reason why Melissa had to wait on us was because no one else in the restaurant wanted to wait on a party of 10 to 14 black people. We heard the comments and still stayed to support Melissa. I spoke with a few waiters after we were done and leaving. They confirmed that the only thing the manager should have done was confirm the tip amount. That's it. But no, the manager made a scene about it and tried to act like it wasn't gonna go through. I'm just tagging y'all at Applebee's because all I wanted to do was treat my family to a nice dinner out after spending the day together, and it ended with this experience. I pray that Melissa will get their entire tip amount, and if corporate reaches out, it needs to be because you owe me an apology. Let me tell y'all something. The way I am about tipping, if I appreciate the work that you do, I see the hard work that you are doing. If I've, had a large party or a gathering or a family directly with me, 7, 8, or whatever people, you're getting a tip because I know that's a lot of work. That's a lot of energy. On top of the fact you're managing that, remembering the orders, bringing out the orders on time, on top of the fact that you're waiting on other tables as well. And also, I understand that when working customer service, a lot of people, even if they do great or exceptional work, a lot of times they don't get tipped. You'll have some people that will have 20 people and people will just be arguing back and forth like, oh, this is too warm, this is too cold. The Three Little Bears type of situation, right? The porridge. Too hot, too cold, and then too warm, whatever, right? And the waiter would be nice enough, okay, let me send it back and forth, let me relay the message, let me bring you out some more water, let me bring you out some more drinks and whatnot or whatever. All for people to say, oh, you did a great job and all this other type of stuff. We might have spent, $500 here. Here is a $10.50 tip. So all of that hard work and energy that a person put directly in for your party, you left them a $10.50 tip. For all of the people out there that have ever had large gatherings or parties and you leave a bum ass tip like that, please never go out. Please never go out. Please never go out. Just stay at home and order some food or just cook. There's no reason for you to go out to an establishment, order all of that food, and magically you can't afford the tip. Just stop going out. Stop going out. Now, in this instance, that was not the case. You have Miss Dawn here, who had a large gathering that went from 10 to 14, and they gave a nice size tip, right? They gave a $150 tip. That's a dope tip. That's a pretty clean tip right there. And the one thing that makes me angry about the customer service industry is that a lot of the restaurants, if somebody were to say, and I've covered these stories before, I think Johnny Depp left somebody a $3, $4, or $6,000 tip, and the manager of the establishment held or kept the tip or something like that. It was something crazy, and I'm like, yo, how do you do that? I'm the type of person, like I said, don't let me hear something like that. Don't ever let me, at a point in time, get to a point where I'm a celebrity and I can actually afford to do some stuff. Because let me tip somebody a nice size tip, and they come back and tell me that the manager or the owner made them split it. I'm like, oh, that's you made her split. or you made him split the tip that I gave because they did great service for my table. I wasn't paying for nobody else, no disrespect. I was paying for this person. No problem, I got you. Let me sit up there and up that tip. Let me just sit up there and put like 60K. Matter of fact, let's sit up there and put larger numbers on here. Let's get ridiculous. Because I'm theorizing like, making LeBron money. Let's sit up there and give you 600K. And this is your off day, correct? So there is no splitting this tip. So you got two choices. You can decide to be a full-fledged jackhole like I know you want to be, and you can get mad and decide, oh, I'm about to sit up there and fire this person. Again, it doesn't matter because they already got protection from that firing with that 600K. Or you can let this person just, keep working if they see fit. Because realistically, the ball would now be in that person's court. They don't really have to work this job no more. They got more money than what they probably would have actually made at this job. So it's whatever at this moment in time. I'm just saying, I don't like when customer service workers get mistreated. When their hard work and dedication, it just goes down the drain because the establishments just don't care, or they have things stolen from them. Like when it deals with tips, I feel like they are having their money taken from them. They already don't get paid enough. And then the moment of time that they actually do see a nice size tip, now you want to take that from them as well. And then as the owner or the manager, you want to sit up there and take a cut of that tip too, as if you did something. You don't deserve that. Your tip comes in by people packing those seats. That's how you get your tips, as an owner. But like I said before, it is what it is.
They were a slave. They were given housing, food, clothing, medical care.
From what you said, it sounds like you were born before the civil rights movement.
Oh, yeah.
So black people couldn't buy houses in your lifetime when you were maybe a
I'm
baby.
well aware of that.
You were 5. So you don't think there's any downstream effect?
I felt depressed at that time,
Yeah.
but that's what Martin was trying to correct. Right now, I see so many people living off the government handout.
I'm pretty sure welfare use per capita is higher in red states than blue states.
Yes, but there's so many people living off of the government handouts, and that is not that much farther away from slavery.
Let me just put this one right out there. I'm not sure if somebody might be able to go back in the Wayback Machine and probably find this, but I remember back around, I want to say 2013, 14, 15, somewhere in that timeline. Maybe it might be a Mandela effect. I don't know. Time magazine had a article where I remember there was a white woman in this nice sized kitchen, and she had this worrying type of face. And it basically, paraphrasing, it was talking about welfare. And normally when they put a magazine out there like that and they have a front cover like that, they're specifically talking to a certain audience. And they were also stating that how the majority of quote unquote Americans are on welfare, but they were mainly talking about white Americans. They weren't talking about black people. So this is why it was very important that he was stating that, hey, I'm pretty sure per capita you have a lot of people that are on welfare in red states. And you saw her basically look down and she blinked and she grudgingly agreed. And then she was like, but because she knows what it is. She's a part of that community, but she wanted to, try to broaden it, be like, oh, I see so many people on this government assistance. I see so many people taking handouts. Who are you specifically talking about? Because the scapegoat that people like to sit up there and use is black people. They've been mainly using that for the greater majority of my lifetime and beyond. A lot of people like to sit up there and say, like, oh, black people are 12 to 13% of the population, but overwhelmingly they're doing the exceeding amount of the welfare. I'm like, how does that even the numbers don't even make sense on that? And then on top of that, every single black person in the black community in the United States is not on welfare. And then people are not even adding into the effect that you have some people that have disabilities, right? You have some people that need care for children, correct? And then you have some people that will be on government assistance for a short stint because of layoffs, job firing, injuries, or whatever it is. And then as soon as they get back on their feet, they're off of that. So it's like there's a lot of things that don't get calculated directly into this. It just seems like people want to zoom in and look at this one thing and then be like, oh, yeah, it's black people sitting up here doing this. It's crazy. That's just crazy. And then on top of that, this woman set up this said like, oh yeah, the slaves, they had great health care. Where? We had universal? We had the same health care as white folks as a slave master? Historically, when did that happen? Like, I need to like, yo, the rewriting of history is crazy out here. This woman is literally, she was not even there. But she was like, yeah, the slaves lived great. We were housing them, we were feeding them, we were clothing them. They had health care. What more could you ever want? You didn't have to ask for anything else. And then all we needed you to do was work for 20 hours during the day, every single day, 24/7, almost 365 days of the year, 13 months out of the year. Is crazy. Crazy. But like I said, this is why history is important, because you will find out that you have a lot of people that want to rewrite or do their own retelling of history, like you see there.
Another one. You could be selling your cans for more. Your competitors certainly are selling their beverages for more. Why not increase the price and therefore increase the profit?
We're successful. We're debt-free. We own everything. Why have people who are having a hard time paying their rent have to pay more for our drink? Maybe it's my little way to give back.
So would you definitively say that you'll never raise that 99-cent price?
Never. Not in the foreseeable future. We're going to fight as hard as we can for consumers, because consumers are my friend.
I want to give a shout out to this man right here, because you will be pretty tough to find other business people that are like, hey, we're going to fight for the consumer. We're going to try and work our hardest, not to have to raise prices, because a lot of people will bring up excuses on why corporations can raise or hike prices the way that they can hike them. But yet those same people who want to yell and cheer and they want to bodyguard for these big corporations robbing them, they'll never be so high and mighty and try to big up a person like this, which is crazy. Somebody that's literally fighting for the consumer. And also that should tell you who those other people really are. More than likely they are paid shills sent directly out there to have the consumer agree with being robbed. And nobody should ever be okay or agree with being robbed at all. Being robbed is not okay at all. It's not. And especially when it's done by corporations who are making millions upon hundreds of millions upon billions of dollars per year doing the exact same thing legally. It's crazy. So again, shout out to Arizona. I knew that there was a reason why I drank Arizona. I know some people may say, like, oh, well, Arizona's trash anyway. It's garbage. You shouldn't be drinking it. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that, because if we're going to be real, the air that you breathe, you shouldn't even be breathing because it's poisonous to you. The water that, you take a bath in, you shouldn't be taking a bath in it because it's poisonous directly to. Like I said, we can label that for any and everything that you currently use at this moment in time, including the clothes that you wear. But, that's neither here or there. All I'm saying is shout out to at least this businessman for caring about the consumer and, trying to fight directly for us.